This is the emergency broadcast system. The CDC is advising that you stay in your homes.
We show up.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Carbon, and today we are talking about the update that dropped, today. Infinity Ward has just recently released the latest playlist update for Call of Duty Modern Warfare on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. And with this playlist update, Infinity Ward has added in a new playlist alongside rotating the current 24/7 playlist in the game. One thing I gotta say I'm a little bit disappointed about is this has already been a very, very long Season 1. And just when we thought we might get a little bit of a refresher on this update, all they did was bring back Shipment 24/7, which replaces Shoot the Ship, so you can no longer play Shoot House 24/7 at all. You can only maybe sometimes play those in the multiplayer when the multiplayer decides that it wants to, play some other maps besides Azir Cave or Piccadilly or even Grozny Raid. Jesus, like some of these maps are just overplayed, man, and that is what is causing a big decrease in my motivation to play, because it seems like, there's plenty of maps, but I keep playing the same 3 or 4 for hours and hours, and then I finally get to play one that I want, and then I don't get to see it again. But they did change at least one thing a little bit on the shipment side. They've adjusted some spawn tuning to reduce the frequency of instant deaths and spawn traps. So adjustments to spawn positions are what is needed, basically around the edge of the map for all modes, but new spawn logic for domination, especially on shipment. Because I think everybody has seen the clips these days. I think everybody has seen these people getting nukes in less than a minute by just spawning, backing up a little bit into a corner with any sort of weapon, really, and just doing your best to shoot anybody who spawns right in front of you. Because the one thing you don't expect this shipment is to spawn and there's somebody be directly behind you, even though you only have 2 feet between you and the back wall. So hopefully they actually did some of these spawning tunes right, and maybe they can start working on the tunings for the other maps, man. Now let's talk about Gunfight. Gunfight is, it's there. It's been fun. We've had the 1v1s, the 2v2s, the 3v3s. I mean, 3v3s were kind of cool, except I think we need a little bit just a little bit bigger maps for some of these. I mean, some of them work. Cargo works really good. Docks works really good. But some of these other ones like Atrium, they just aren't doing it, man. But what do we have new for Gunfight? They have Gunfight Custom. So what does this mean? Well, instead of being given a loadout at spawn, the random ones we get, which are usually the most ridiculous weapons. It's always like the stupidest, like LMGs and pistols. Well, now they're letting the players choose the armaments that they can bring into this firefight. So consider how a stage might fare better with certain weapon types than craft your own best loadout and then head into that battle. Imagine. Now, I mean, I'm only gonna imagine for a little bit because, I'm making this video as the patch notes were getting released. So I haven't technically got to play yet, but I will. But I think that's a huge change as far as Gunfight, is you can actually bring in your own custom guns, and then hopefully there won't produce some sort of meta where everybody keeps using like the same guns over and over again, like you see in any sort of competitive side of the multiplayer, like Search and Destroy. Everyone's using M4s and MP5s, and at least Gunfight, we had a variation, it was even on both sides. But now going into custom, this is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm excited to watch some streamers and get into it myself. And of course, we talked a little bit in the beginning of the video about deathmatch domination. And for those of you that don't know, I'll just clarify it real quick. It basically combines, words are hard. It basically combines team deathmatch and domination into an epic, mashup that rewards players for getting kills and playing the objective, which is one of the most annoying things with playing some respawn modes in public matches, that people just don't care about the objectives. So just like any other domination, you'll want to capture the flags and then take down the enemies in your path, and both will push your team to victory on the scoreboard. So if you focus on staying alive while holding objective areas, hopefully your pub team matches will do, unless you're lucky enough to have a full squad, then your team's chances of getting the win are very high. And then another little update is that they moved Capture the Flag into the quick play filter, with everything else that has, basically confirmed itself into that playlist is going to be sticking around. Now let's talk about some more updates about some general fixes. Now a lot of these have to do with weapons, and another one has to do with keyboard and mouse, but let's get right into it. The first one is the MP5. All right, it has a reduced headshot multiplier. but it's just a small reduction to the 10mm range. So it did get a little bit of a nerf, but not one that's going to be completely game-changing. And then there's the M4. What happened to the all-godly M4? Seems like the only thing anybody has anymore is golden M4s, and at this point, if you have a golden M4, you're not really bragging about the fact that you have a golden M4. It's the fact that you have only a golden M4. You know what I'm saying? I'm really only impressed by Damascus these days. That's about it. So if you're rocking that gold M4, that gold MP5, man, then I don't know. Hey, if you're proud of it, you're proud of it, right? I'm just saying, there's more guns out there besides the M4 and the 725. That's it, man. Those golden 725s, they'll make you think about quitting the game. I'm telling you. But yeah, the M4, it got a small damage decrease to reduce headshot effectiveness. A small range decrease, just a small one, but it might make a little bit of a difference because a lot of these recoils, you start shooting on the chest, that recoil brings it right up to the face, which causes that quick headshot. Well, they're reducing that. And then they're also doing kind of the same thing for the N13, but they're doing a range increase and a small reduction to horizontal recoil. And then a small damage increase to boost the headshot effectiveness. So it's getting a little bit of a work all around. Now, personally, I thought the M13 was a good gun, but if they're going to make it even better, I'm going to have to try it a little bit more. Can you imagine people in the CDL start using something besides the M4? It would drive you crazy. You'd think like you were living in a different universe. Now, what about the crossbow? The crossbow was just recently introduced, and it's cool. A lot of people I see are using it. It's nothing like the Black Ops 3 crossbow that we got, that Shadow Claw. I don't think anything will ever replace the feeling I had with that crossbow. So this one, it's there, but it just doesn't do it for me. But what did they fix it? What did they do to it? Well, players are now players were able to shoot down support helicopters with only 3 thermite bolts. And a lot of people that don't know about the thermite bolts, a lot of people are getting the thermite bolts because they're buying the crossbow out of the store. But now it takes 5 thermite bolts to take down a VTOL, and 6 to take down a support helicopter and chopper gunner. So they're making it a little less more, powerful against these score streaks. They also have a fix for an exploit in the ground war via ATV. So those of you that have discovered this exploit with the ATV in the vehicle, it's gone. It's done. Like I said, anytime there's an exploit and people start to exploit it, it's immediately shut down. Now, hopefully they can just get rid of tanks in Modern Warfare. My God, those things are overpowered. They also have a fix for missing character model on the LA Optic CDL skin. As if anyone cares, I'm not really an Optic fan anymore these days. It just seems like a brand that has just been bought out and no longer stands for what it is. It was actually crazy when they were brought to the stage. People booed them, and then they lost. So they didn't really get to stand up for anything that they were trying to prove. Now let's talk about that mouse and keyboard. What do they do to that mouse and keyboard? So when using a mouse and keyboard, a controller button prompt will appear to access the social menu while matchmaking. And on PC with a PS4 controller, the button prompt will appear as an Xbox prompt. This has been fixed. So it really wasn't a big issue with mouse and keyboard. I'm not really a mouse and keyboard player anyway. I mean, I've been using it on Escape from Tarkov, but it just goes to show you how ass I am. I can't believe I was ever good at H1Z1. Like, this shit boggles my mind. And then also in the store, if you haven't seen it already, there is now a new Lunar New Year bundle in the just for you section to celebrate the Lunar New Year. And then alongside this, from January 31st to February 3rd, the tiers for the Battle Pass will be on sale. For those of you that didn't put enough time in but want to reach that tier 100, they're going to be 100 Call of Duty points as opposed to 100 Call of Duty points. So you can either buy them, earn them, I don't really care what you do, but the option's going to be there the 31st through February 3rd, which was supposed to be the start of Season 2, but no, we had to wait a week, so maybe this is their little, like, here, we're sorry, you guys, we're just going to make a sale. And the last little piece of information I would like to talk about for anybody who is still around on this video, we are probably hitting the 9-minute mark at this point, is the huge update that absolutely failed across the community. I am saying that there are still people out there that the latest, like, actual download update screwed up people's profiles. There are people on download loops. I'm not even kidding. There are people who downloading 3, 4, 5 different times these packs in order to be able to play their Spec Ops or multiplayer, really just open the game in general. And there's still people that can't get into the game. Like, they might have actually put the nail in the coffin for a lot of these gamers, man. So let me know down below if you guys are still one of these people having the issues, because when I made that video, man, are the comments still filling up to this day about how people are just being screwed by that update. So yeah, let me know down below And who knows if they'll ever make a comeback from this. Hopefully Battle Royale comes out soon or something to, you know, fix this huge problem that Modern Warfare's created for themselves by just completely destroying their name. And if you guys like this video, then please leave a like, leave a subscribe, hit the notification button so you can stay up to date whenever the notifications actually work on YouTube. And then leave a comment, let me know what I did wrong. You guys always do. It's your boy Carbon. Peace.